Today we're going to be tying a blue wing olive variation wet fly. This can be fished in the film, it can be fished slightly on top of the film, or it can be fished subsurface. One of the big complaints that I always have from people who come into the shop and want to talk about tying flies is that, oh, we don't like tying flies that are size 16 or smaller. Well, this is a very easy pattern that you can tie down to size 20 or 22 without a whole bunch of muss and fuss. And it's real simple. So today, to illustrate, we've got a size 14, 37, 61, but again, I've tied this all the way down to 22s, and it's relatively easy to tie. I've got an 8/0 rusty done uni thread here. I've already covered the shank with thread, and I'm going to put in the tailing, which is a piece of coq de leon. Now we can either use the regular standard coq de leon, plume feather, or you can use the saddle. Saddle comes, with a lot of really nice feathers. Has other applications. Beautiful, beautiful feathers. So I'm going to pull off about 6 or 8 of those fibers to make the tail. I'm going to measure it against the body. I'm going to pinch that off and tie it down. Snip off the excess there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down this is an olive small diameter wire from Ultra Thread. And I'm going to lay that down the shank just to avoid any bulky tie-in stuff. And again, when you get into those real small flies, a lot of times that's what you have to do in order to make kind of a nice continuous body. Then I'm going to take a small piece of cream colored Uni Floss. If you've ever looked at the body of a blue wing olive, especially in the nymphal stage, you'll notice that the body on the underside is relatively light colored. The dorsal surface is usually dark, but the bottom is usually pretty light and kind of creamy colored.
Is this stretchy?
No, this is just a standard regular old Uni Floss.
Okay.
I'll take that Uni Floss and I'll wrap it forward. Tie that off. Snip off the excess. I'm going to take that olive wire and ribbit 4 to 6 wraps. You could use the extra small when you get down into the really small sizes. Snip off the excess. So I usually just take my thumbnail or fingernail and just kind of roll that over the top there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a chart pack marker. This is a pale olive coloration. I'm just going to take that marker and I'm just going to hit the dorsal surface of the fly. Kind of a cool effect to get a light tone, easy tone, or a light bottom, dark on the top. Really simple to do. The final step is to basically create the wings and the legs. What I've done is I've just taken a single CDC oiler puff. And again, real simple to do. They come in a bunch of different sizes in the pack. You can scale them all the way down to really small. And I want those fibers to come back about 3/4. And then basically I'm just going to tie that in like that. Snip off the excess there. You'll want a pair of fine-tipped scissors for that. Build up a little bit of a head. And there you have a completed CDC Oiler Puff Blue Wing Olive. Wonderful surface or subsurface wet fly, easy to tie. One of my favorites. Hope it's one of yours too.